Hi, I'm Larry from Leave the Key Home Buyers. I want to discuss the issue of being a landlord. One of the most common calls we get on a regular basis is people trying to sell a home that they're renting. Occasionally, we'll get calls from people who have many homes, 5, 10, 15, 20 homes that they're renting, but most people have one. And the answer is yes, we buy homes that people are renting, and we buy homes with bad tenants. Bad tenants can mean a lot of things. It can mean they're damaging the home. It can mean they're creating disturbances within the community, loud parties, things like that. Cops are being called all the time. It can mean they're just a pain in the neck. They call you at midnight because a light bulb is out. I've heard that. Or they could, worse, they could be living there, being any of those three, and still not paying rent. And if that's the case, you've just had it up to here at that point. In addition to that, the price of oil has skyrocketed, and I find many people are not including utilities in the rent, they are including utilities in the rent, which means the landlord's responsible for the utilities. And we had a call that came in today, where last month the landlord paid $1,300 in oil. And that was more than half his rent. It's becoming a problem, a real problem. And here in New York, the courts do not side with the landlord, and the laws do not side with the landlord. We're considered rich and greedy. Even if you're a middle-class person with one house, with one tenant, you're considered rich and greedy as though you own 50 apartment buildings in Midtown Manhattan. And clearly that's not the case of almost everybody who calls me. They are not rich, they are not greedy, they're just trying to make ends meet and trying to make the house cash flow, even break even. The other issue is evicting tenants here in New York and some other states, but I think we probably are the worst or tied with California, and that is, it can take years to evict a tenant. I'm working on one right now, it's 35 months. And during this 35 months, last month, the tenant's adult daughter moved in. And now we have to evict the tenant's adult daughter. Once the sheriff comes and moves the parents, we have to start the entire process all over again. And by the time we evict her, they'll move the parents back in. And this may be going the rest of our lives. They know how to play the system. They know the courts don't work with us, don't favor us. And they just live years and years and years and years without paying a dime of rent. And once they finally get evicted from our house, they'll find some other landlord and do the same thing to him. So we're willing to deal with this problem because we have the cash flow to do so. We have the staff to do so. If you're an individual person dealing with this, it's beyond aggravating. I'm fortunate enough to have, I said, people on staff where I don't even know these issues. I'll just find out on a high level, the bottom line numbers, but I don't deal with this on a day-to-day basis. So if anyone's interested in unloading a burden, if you will, a home that's a rental that should not be a burden but has become one, feel free to reach out to us at Leave the Key Home Buyers. We do buy those houses. We buy them on a regular basis. Good luck.